You probably think you're a rational person. Most of us do. You think you make decisions based on facts, logic, evidence, common sense. But let me ask you something. You ever stayed in a relationship you knew wasn't right? Bought something you couldn't really afford? Sent a message you regretted 5 minutes later? Ignored advice you should have listened to? Of course you have. We all have. Which creates a strange question. If we're so rational, why do we keep doing irrational things? Robert Greene believes he knows the answer, and it's uncomfortable. Because according to him, the biggest obstacle in your life isn't other people. It's the part of you that thinks you're being logical when you're not. Think about that. Some of the smartest people who ever lived have destroyed careers, relationships, companies, and entire nations. Not because they lacked intelligence, because intelligence and rationality are not the same thing. And once you understand that, you start seeing human behavior very differently. Around 2,500 years ago, there was a man named Pericles. For decades, he led Athens, the most powerful city in Greece. He was brilliant, a strategist, a politician, a leader people trusted. When Sparta threatened Athens, Pericles created a plan. A good plan. The people agreed to follow it. Everything was working. Then something happened. A plague entered the city. Thousands died. Fear spread everywhere, including inside the minds of the people. And suddenly something strange happened. The same people, with the same information, started making completely different decisions. Fear replaced discipline. Emotion replaced strategy. Panic replaced patience. Within a few years, Athens collapsed. Think about that. The facts didn't change. The people did. And before you dismiss this as ancient history, you've done exactly the same thing. Maybe not with a city, but with your own life. How many bad decisions were made because you were afraid, angry, embarrassed, impatient? The facts were still there, but emotion changed how you saw them. Most people think bad decisions happen because they don't have enough information. Usually that's not true. Usually they have enough information. They just stop seeing it clearly. Imagine someone criticizes you. Immediately your chest tightens. Your mind starts preparing a defense. You stop listening. You start reacting. Or maybe someone cuts you off in traffic. Suddenly your entire mood changes. Or maybe you see an investment opportunity. Everyone seems excited. People are making money. You don't want to miss out. And suddenly something that looked risky yesterday looks like a genius idea today. What changed? Not the opportunity, not the facts. Your emotional state. That's what Robert Greene wants us to understand. Emotion changes perception, and perception changes decisions. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people assume smart people are less vulnerable to irrational behavior. But sometimes the opposite is true. Because intelligence gives you something dangerous. Explanations. A less intelligent person makes a bad decision. A smart person makes a bad decision and then creates a brilliant explanation for why it wasn't a mistake. They can justify almost anything. The wrong relationship, the bad investment, the terrible business decision, the unhealthy habit, not because they're stupid, because they're smart enough to convince themselves. That's why intelligence alone isn't enough. You can be intelligent and still completely fool yourself. Think about the last time someone told you that you were wrong. What happened? Did you immediately become curious? Or did you become defensive? Most of us become defensive. And that's the ego at work. The ego doesn't care about truth. The ego cares about protection. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe it's their fault. The mind becomes incredibly creative when protecting its own image. That's why people stay stuck for years. Not because they can't change, because admitting they need to change feels painful. The ego would often rather protect itself than improve itself. Most people think irrational decisions look emotional. Anger, panic, yelling. They don't. The most dangerous irrational decisions feel perfectly reasonable. That's why they're dangerous. Nobody wakes up and says, "I'm about to ruin my relationship. I'm about to waste my money. I'm about to sabotage my future." They believe they're making sense. They believe they're being logical. That's the trap. The less aware you are of your emotions, the more power they have over your decisions. This is Robert Greene's first law, the law of irrationality. Not because humans are stupid, because humans are emotional creatures. We feel first, then explain later. We react first, then justify later. And until you understand that, you'll keep looking for the problem in the wrong place. You'll blame bad luck, other people, the economy, your circumstances, when sometimes the real battle is happening inside your own mind. And once you understand that, everything starts to make more sense. Not because you become smarter, but because you finally see what was driving you. The goal isn't becoming perfectly logical. Nobody can do that. The goal is noticing the moment emotion grabs the steering wheel. The ancient Greeks had a word for this: metanoia, a change of mind, a transformation. And it begins with 3 simple steps: pause, examine, decide. Pause before reacting. Examine what you're feeling. Then decide what to do. Because the moment you observe an emotion, you create distance from it. And in that distance, you create choice. And choice is where self-control begins. This is only the first law. Robert Greene identified 17 more hidden forces shaping human behavior: narcissism, envy, role-playing, self-sabotage, repression, and we'll explore them one by one, because understanding human nature isn't really about understanding other people. It's about finally understanding yourself.